Hello, thank you for tuning into this section of reads. These reads are definitely valid for whenever you come to them. The cards and dice, that's going to be below. This should be on YouTube channel James13 Wicca, just in case you're seeing it somewhere else. This is where it should be on YouTube. And that being said, this is the last month I'm going to be doing readings Renewed and Rescued, but there's cool things there if you want to check it out. It's in Herkimer, New York. If you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. It's James the number 4 at astral@gmail.com. Excuse me, it should be right down here. And if you'd like the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching. Let's go ahead and get into your reading. Hello, Gemini. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Gemini? Okay. The first couple cards, like, you've been succeeding. Definitely been succeeding, whatever this is. Oh, it came out perfectly. Okay. Okay, we'll just leave those there for now. You've very much been succeeding. So, okay, so this is where they go. Okay. Somebody has been watching you. Somebody has been watching you. I'm getting this with the assessing. I'm surprised this is as strong as it is. I think you're liked. Somebody's been watching you. I keep getting that over and over again. But you're not expected to be perfect. Whoever's watching you or whatever's keeping an eye on you, whatever that is, especially if it's a work situation, I feel like when we find out that people are keeping an eye on us or like paying attention to more than we want, it makes us nervous. I mean, I'm not a Gemini, but I'm feeling like that's a normal, like, oh, okay, why do we have to scrutinize everything I have to do? But it's looked at with a bit of humility, and I feel like they're liking what they're seeing. Whatever this is, it started off where they just kind of noticed you and they were curious what was going on there. And then I think they're like, this Gemini, actually, there's more to this Gemini than I think people realize. I feel like they're seeing you as a person. Take it with a grain of salt, because this is literally the raw energy coming in. Maybe not... something about the energy not coming forth very uniform, a little bit shaky, but having really good sound foundation. Like, you know what you're doing. You have a lot of great ideas, but there's something here that comes across a little shaky, and I'm not exactly sure what we're talking about because it's very raw. It's kind of like people maybe pass you by or discount you because they don't like the way you're saying it, or they don't feel a tremendous amount of confidence or something. But whoever's looking at you and paying attention is like, no, Gemini, they know what they're doing. It's just this, or it's just that. A drawback for Gemini sometimes is having too many options and getting kind of stuck and going a little bit this way, then a little bit this way, then a little bit this way. If that energy is out of balance a little bit, that could be a thing. But they're thinking, whoever's watching you is like, no, that Gemini sees things, and they get in and they can find things. They like you, and you do succeed though. There's something here where I don't know if it's another person that's trying to play it off like, oh, you don't want Gemini to help you. They do this and they're that, and they're kind of like, yeah, but are they? And they're kind of looking a little closer. It's kind of like it's like having a moment where you have too many stimuli, and it's kind of like I want a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It reminds me of going to a buffet and just like maybe trying everything and then having too much and then like, oh, I ate too much and I still haven't eaten most of what's on my plate. It's kind of like, oh, I want to stop. They're seeing a lot of benefits. They're seeing a lot of good things with you. I don't know. I keep getting this side energy too where somebody's maybe like, no, Gemini this, no, Gemini that. Whoever's watching you is like, I don't think that's how it is. I'm just curious with this. I don't know why I'm going here other than I'm curious. So the 9 of Swords and the Sun card. If somebody's talking negatively about you, that seems to raise a lot of red flags for somebody. Like, I don't know. If this was, let's just do it as if it was management, right? Whoever you work for, maybe the person you work for directly, they have a lot of negative energy. We're just going to say that, just right. But the person above them's like, no, I don't think so. I think Gemini has a lot they can offer. I think there's a lot of good here with Gemini. And the more that the other one talks about you negatively, the more the person who's above them, it's like, say if you have a supervisor, manager, let's do that. Hopefully that's helpful. The more the supervisor talks negatively, the more the manager's like, I'm kind of concerned with the supervisor. I'm starting to think the supervisor might be more of a problem than a help, if that makes sense. So somebody might be shooting themselves in the foot talking about you negatively. I don't think that's something that you have to so much worry about, but you might notice like somebody being a little bit like rotten or rude to you just randomly. That might be why, because when they try to talk about you negatively, a backlight, it snaps them right in the face, and it's like, and they might have an issue like that. So if you're getting like treated negatively just here and there, just kind of like, I don't even know what I did. Why are they acting like that to me? Like, what's the problem? It might be that they're talking negatively about you, and it's smacking them right in the face, coming right back in on them. Like, no, that's not how Gemini is. I don't want to call this person an ally, but I do think that they see qualities in you that maybe not everybody does, and they just don't appreciate somebody being negative towards that. It doesn't mean they're like an ally, they're like this with you, or they're like constantly looking out for you, but they might have other people in their life that they feel like have these same qualities, and they don't like it when those people get treated badly. So when somebody tries to treat you badly, it kind of triggers that, and they kind of like stick up for you, and just kind of like a secondary, like, it's not because it's you specifically, but it's because they can relate to people getting treated that way, and that's not right, if that makes sense. They do like you, and the more they see you, the more they like you. The person who likes you, I kind of, when I started feeling that, they might have somebody else in their life, or had somebody else in their life that had these qualities, and they very much cared about that person, or maybe still do, and when they're seeing that match, you might getting the benefit from that. So it's not like a direct allyship, but it's kind of like, oh, you remind me of them. Since you remind me of them and I love them, I want to make sure things go good for you, that type of thing. I feel like you know what I'm talking about. I feel like y'all get it. If that's hitting you, if that's making sense, good. If it's not, we're just going to move on. Because I feel like I'm going on about that for a while. So there's energy here where there is something negative, but it's not like anything is falling apart. And I also feel like as you do good, and as you move forward, and as you have more success, it seems like people just, there's certain people who are just randomly just rotten towards you. And when I say rotten, like they say something they shouldn't, or they just move something in your way. It reminds me of like having a parking spot and somebody just taking my parking spot, for example. Or like, you know, I used to be at this place where most people had their own assigned desks, and then you had random people who were just part-time people that would just take any desk that they saw available. And just every now and then you're like, hey, this is my desk. You can't have this one. Well, I'm already here. I'm already set up. And then the manager's saying, well, you know, they're there for right now. You just take this one over here. And it's kind of like, it's annoying. It's like, why did they do that? They know I work here all the time. They know that I'm going to be here. Just randomly, like rotten like that. Nothing that's going to destroy the situation. Just, it's kind of like ruins the day sometimes, if you follow me. Because somebody did that to me once. Like, it was my desk, and I had to sit at somebody else's desk who wasn't going to be there. But I was just like, this isn't right. I was, it annoyed me for the whole day. Stuff like that. I know something's coming forward, and this seems to be very, very pleasurable for you. But I haven't really touched on yet. So, we're like 8 minutes in. What's going on? So, the wall comes down. 9 of Wands reversed. The wall comes down. The High Priestess, but reversed. This is going to be okay for you. But be careful. The wall comes down, but whoever's sharing or however the information's coming forward, It's not coming forward in the best energy. That doesn't mean this can't benefit you. That's completely fine, is what I'm getting. But just note where it's coming from and the attitude where it's coming from. Like somebody's sharing something, the wall is coming down. I don't know if it's personal or like everybody's finding it out, but there's just saying it's not coming forward in a positive energy. You can make something positive from it, but be careful with it. You might want to keep it to yourself best you can at first, because something's going on here. Information's coming in. Ace of Swords is coming in. That's what this is. Yep. And then the Empress card here. You have the ability to really have something come forward. It's kind of like learning. It's like you see that pregnant kind of feeling there. It's kind of like something is coming your way. You can build something from it, but you might need to kind of let it germinate a little bit. Let it kind of grow before it comes into life, if you follow me. There's something, I can't get past the negativity. I don't know if I'm not saying it right, but be careful of it. It seems like it's more around you. Somebody's doing something that may not be the best, but it could benefit you. That's fine. Just be careful what you do with it when you first learn about it. I'm not saying you can't do anything with it. I'm not trying to go there, but I'm just saying be careful. Be careful of public opinion, ironically. Because something that can work for you today can work against you tomorrow. I've done this myself, where you say something or you do something and you're like, this is the right thing to do, but somebody else doesn't like it or feels like they got slighted, and they wait for their moment. It's kind of like, I didn't do anything malicious. No, but you shouldn't have that. That wasn't fair that you got it, so I feel like you deserve this. That's happened to me before, and I was just like, what the hell? Like, people are like that. I'm not saying that's fair. I'm just saying be aware of it. That's all I'm saying. There will be a point for this information to benefit you in a completely cool way. But they're saying work on keeping it to yourself as much as you can realistically do that. Work on keeping it to yourself as much as you realistically can do that. Like, sometimes we just say stuff, but like, clean it up quickly if you can, or make it confusing. Whatever you gotta do. Whatever you gotta do. Because your power moment is coming. It's not here in the beginning, but it's showing. The power moment for you is coming. And there's a lot of healing that can come from this, right? Handle what you want for you. The possibility here for this to go the best for you, to have your power moment, and then just move on and just watch how other people play it out. Be more of an observer if you can. All right, that's simple. That's fine. You're probably a good-hearted individual, which means, okay, be careful. Something is up with this. I just feel like somebody's trying to cause issue for me, and I don't have to fall for it. If you work with others and you try to move things forward for other people, I get that, like, somebody's going to try to get you out of this situation. It seems to, like, disconnect something. It's very weird. It's kind of like either it's for you and you benefit from it, or somebody, or you kind of share this information and somebody else goes, wait, there's what? It's kind of like saying, somebody left their leftovers in the fridge and they're saying, hey, you can have that if you want, Gemini. And you're like, thanks, I love that stuff. And then somebody else is overhearing it and going, why should Gemini get that? What's so great about Gemini? And then they go and snatch it out of there before you can get to it. Be careful, because I get, like, the more giving you are, which is odd. This is the Six of Pentacles. It talks about balance, give and take. If you talk about it too much, you're going to be giving it away to somebody else, is basically what I'm getting. And it's kind of like you're going to miss out. It's just how it's playing out. It's meant for you. You know, every now and then you deserve your stuff too. Everybody gets their fair share. This one's for you. So it's kind of like, I'm seeing this play out, and I see what they're showing me. They're kind of like saying, oh, you hear somebody saying, oh, yeah, I'm not going to use that. You can have it if you want. And you're like, great, I would love that. Immediately, either keep it to yourself, hopefully nobody here, or go claim it and put it somewhere to where people don't know where it is because you want it. Somebody said you could have it. You're like, I love that. go claim it. Go claim either, you know what I mean? I know you have to wait on this one, but it's like when I say claim it, so like if it was food in the fridge, right? And I've done this. I go to the fridge, I move it to, I put it in like a bag that I'm responsible for, that's my bag, and they put it in the freezer. So like if somebody starts sauntering through trying to get it, at least it's frozen, it's not as easy. You know what I mean? Or another thing I've done is I've taken it out to my car. I've done that. There's two different instances. Once I put it in the freezer and it seemed to work. And the other time I just went and got it and I put it in my car because it was cold outside. And I'm like, this way I don't forget to take it home. And I told, because somebody asked me, like, why are you taking that and putting it in your car? So I don't forget it. Because I know I will. And I'm going to be bummed out when I get home and I don't have it. So I figured it's cold out. I'll just go put it in my car. And they're like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? So I couldn't have it right away, but I was like, I'm going to have it later, and I'm going to make sure it's safe in my car. I lock my car, so nobody should be touching it. Nobody should be touching it. If you could stay out of the limelight with this situation, if you could stay out of public view with this, it will continue to benefit you. It could be something that continually benefits you, continually benefits you, continually benefits you. That justice card with the self-love, I don't feel like you need to be upset or worried that, you know, you're the one benefiting from this. I feel like this is fair. I think this is fine. The more you can keep it to yourself, the more it's going to be for you, the more you're going to get out of it. Otherwise, I feel like other people are just going to run up and claim it and take it. And they're like, why should you have it, Gemini? I want it. And they just seem to take things. There's energy around this that just seems to try to, like, oh, no, Gemini, I don't think you deserve that, so I'm going to take it. I just keep getting that. It doesn't have to go that way. The more covert you can be with it, the more you can keep it to yourself, the more this can be for you, and there's no reason to feel bad about it. I just feel like there's no reason to feel bad about it. Anything else with that? All right. I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.